Yo, what's going on, friends? It's Jonathan, and welcome back to another ultra spicy, too hot for TV JC production where I deliver your daily dose of hotness. And as you can see, we're in a new office. Did some remodeling, some refurnishing, and it's not done. I gotta throw some artwork on the wall. Plus, I have another office that I'm working on. You guys are absolutely gonna love it. However, that's for another video. In this video, we're bringing back some Galaxy S10 love. It's no secret that I absolutely love what Samsung is doing with the Galaxy S10 lineup. So I am actually going to switch from my iPhone XS Max to the S10 Plus as my primary device. But first, I wanna show you how I have my S10 Plus hooked up so that way, once I switch over my SIM card, everything is in its place and I'm ready to go. So without further ado, this is what I'm currently using on my S10 Plus. The first thing I wanna talk about is what I'm currently using for protection. Now, typically in the past, I would just take a skin, slap it on my phone, and call it a day. But the Galaxy S10 Plus is really expensive, especially the model that I have here. So I wanna protect my investment. I don't want any cracks, chips, dents, shatters, breaks in my phone, and the best way to do that is with a case. Now, the case that I'm currently rocking is from a company that goes by the name of Skinit. Skinit was kind enough to sponsor this video, as well as let me go on their website and pick out 4 clear Galaxy S10 Plus cases for myself. I'm currently rocking the Gohan case on my phone, which I definitely like. I'm a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z, and more so, I love when my phone matches my kicks. I know that sounds silly, but if you follow me on Instagram, then you know about the picture I posted with this particular case in the Adidas Gohan Derupts. I also have a Deadpool, Marble, and a camo case, which I'll be doing another Instagram shoot soon, so make sure to follow me if you don't want to miss it. The case itself feels good in the hand and provides a good bit of protection from small drops and of course scratches. It's made of a TPU material, but it still has a hard backside. I've been using the case for a few weeks now and I haven't noticed any discoloring along the clear edges, which is definitely a plus. You can pick up one of their designs, which they have a ton of sick options, or you can make a custom one yourself by uploading a photo or graphic. They are also one of the few companies that have official licenses to use logos and designs from the NFL, Disney, Marvel, and much more. For a limited amount of time, Skinit and myself want to give you 25% off your next order. All you gotta do is use code Jonathan25. There are some exclusions, which I'll leave this code and the exclusions down in the description, so make sure to check there. For screen protection, I'm using a tempered glass screen protector from Whitestone Dome. Whitestone Dome makes the absolute best screen protectors for devices that have curved edges like the Galaxy S10 Plus. They are relatively expensive, coming in at 40 or 50 bucks, but if you're serious about protecting your phone, you can't get any better. These are also the only screen protectors that I'm currently aware of that work flawlessly with the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner. Plus, the oleophobic coating is no joke on all of their screen protectors. All right, so that's enough of the hardware. Let's go ahead and take a look at what I'm currently running on my phone. For starters, I have a Goku wallpaper, which I'll try to link in the description. If not, I'll definitely link the app in which I downloaded the wallpaper from. My launcher of choice is Nova, and I also downloaded the Google Companion add-on in order to give me the Google Now page on the left-hand side. I know some of you were interested in the specific settings that I use on my Galaxy S10 Plus, which I don't mind doing, but probably not in this video. If you do want to see a video like that, let me know by smashing that thumbs up button and leave me a comment down below to let me know that you want me to make a separate video. With that being said, there are a couple settings I want to quickly go over inside of Nova, and that is the double tap to lock my phone, which if you go into the settings, you can set it up right there, as well as the ability to swipe down from the center of the screen to access my notification shade. The icon pack I'm currently using is PixPie, and I use it in conjunction with the Android Pie Black theme from the Galaxy theme store. I use this theme in order to get the navigation buttons and OS colors the way they are. My home screen is pretty simple. I really only use 2 widgets. The first is called Another Widget, which is at the top. I prefer this over Google's At a Glance widget due to the tap customization options within the app itself or the settings. The only other widget I use is on the next page over, and that's the Month Calendar widget, which again, I use due to all the customization and theme options. Like always, my layout consists of 2 folders, 1 row, and then the Google search bar. I don't really have anything special going on in my folders, as you can see. Pretty much stock social and Google apps here. However, I do have a lot of apps on my Edge screen because I really like using the Edge screen feature because I can store apps that I quickly need to access over here, and I can access the Edge screen from anywhere on my phone. First and foremost, I have a Microsoft Office folder here since this is my preferred document and note-taking ecosystem. To go along with that, I use Microsoft To Do, which I find to be the best overall experience for a to-do app. It's free, it offers plenty of list making options with a simplistic interface, and really the only thing I don't like about it is the lack of a desktop app, which Microsoft did state they're working on, but for the time being they do have a web interface. Send Anywhere is just a really boss app. If you're not using it, I don't know what's wrong with you. It gives you the power of AirDrop from a Mac and iOS, except you're not restricted to just Apple devices. Plus it's free, which is definitely a bonus. I use AccuWeather for my weather app of choice, nothing special. In my special cameras folder, however, there are a few things special. I have the Pixel Camera APK, which works excellent for portrait mode and night sight. I also have Filmic Pro here if I ever want to get creative with video recording. I love Filmic Pro because I can shoot anamorphic and it de-squeezes right within the app. Plus it has a ton of manual controls and it just gives me ultimate flexibility with video recording on a mobile device. For photo editing, I use a handful of apps. Basically, my workflow for Instagram goes something like this. I use Lightroom for all of my correction, and that includes things like white balance, exposure, the basics. And then I take that photo, export it, and then import it into ViscoCam, and that's where I do my grade and styling. I rarely use Facetune, however there are times that the app comes in handy, not so much for the beauty stuff because there's nothing worse than making your face look fake and then someone sees you in person and they're just like, what the f? However, there's more stuff within this app such as tweaking your background, which is definitely useful. Lens Distortion is a great app for adding flares, smoke, fog, and light leaks. Retouch I use if I want to remove an object from a picture. It works incredibly well, and I believe they just released or updated their desktop app for Mac, which I wouldn't mind checking out. Finally, AI Cut is an app I recently started using which uses AI in order to detect your subject and background and offers really cool correction options in case your portrait mode screwed up your shot. I also keep a game folder over here which includes Dragon Ball Z Legends. Love that game, as I said, I'm a fan of Dragon Ball Z. Fortnite, which I honestly dislike on mobile and prefer PUBG since I haven't won one match or even come close to winning a match on Fortnite. I also have Into the Dead 2, which is just a classic for me, PUBG, which I don't need to talk about because I just did, South Park, and GameBench. GameBench isn't a game, but rather a tool for me to measure gaming performance, including GPU and CPU usage, heat dissipation, and of course, frame rates. Bouncing out of that folder, I use Feedly for my news app of choice, and finally, I have two app pairs at the bottom. I have B&H and Amazon for checking out the best prices for whatever I'm shopping for, that way I can do it at the same exact time, and then YouTube and Twitter to catch up on content. For texting, I use AirMessage since I'm able to fully leave iOS and still get my iMessages, which means a lot to me since that's how I stay in contact with my family. The email app I've been trying out is Spark, which is super popular on iOS and macOS, and it's just as good on Android. Diving into the app tray, here we have Bitdefender Mobile Security, which I'm sure you think I'm being paid to say this, but this is completely on my own accord here. Bitdefender is a channel sponsor, however, I'm a huge fan of their mobile app and website scanning since I'm on my phone a ton and I have a lot of personal stuff on here and I don't want anybody accessing that stuff. EdgeTouch can be downloaded in the Galaxy Store and it's great if you're like me and have a lot of accidental presses due to the curved edges. You can manually adjust the sensitivity areas around the edges of the display in order to reduce accidental presses. There's also a quick toggle to enable and disable this on the fly. Gboard is my keyboard of choice on any Android phone that I own. Gbox is such a dope app if you post a lot on Instagram. It has a ton of tools and effects, it has a video splitter for Instagram stories, and will even take a photo and cut it into multiple photos in order to give you that swipe photo effect. There's a lot this app can do and I'm barely scratching the surface, plus I believe it's free. Hidey Hole is an awesome wallpaper app for the Galaxy S10, S10e, and the S10 Plus. It has a ton of wallpapers that will hide the whole punch notch in many different ways. Some of them are absolutely hilarious. LastPass is my password manager of choice, although I'm slowly moving over to Bitdefender. It's just hard when I've been using LastPass for like a decade. Another Galaxy Store app I have is One-Handed Operation, which gives you more advanced one-handed gestures and avoids having to shrink your display. It's pretty neat, although I rarely use it, and just like EdgeTouch, there is a quick toggle to turn it on and off. My music app of choice is still Spotify, and I used to have a separate app for podcast. However, Spotify recently started carrying all the podcasts that I listen to, which is pretty awesome. Finally, if you're wanting a couple more wallpaper apps, Viewsplash is incredible and has one of the largest selections in the Play Store, and it also gives you some really cool customization options. Of course, there's also Zedge, which is just a classic. Zedge offers video wallpapers, HD wallpapers, SD wallpapers, sound effects, ringtones, Pretty much anything that you need to personalize your phone, you can find it on Zedge. Well friends, that does it for this video. I know it was a long one, but we did cover a lot of stuff. Hopefully your smiling faces were able to take something from this video, an app, a setting, a wallpaper, who knows what it was. Hopefully you were able to learn something from it. If you beautiful people have anything to add to this video, for instance, maybe an app that you want me to check out or other people to check out, leave it down below in the comment section. That way we can turn this video into a helpful thread for people that click on it. They don't just learn from me, they can also learn from you guys. Make sure you keep it PG, keep it positive, and keep it moving. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that thumbs up icon, make sure to subscribe for future content, and click that bell icon just because you could be alerted whenever new hotness drops. Helps me out, and it should help you out. And make sure you're following me on social media, as I do respond faster over there if you want to talk to me more direct. And yeah, I'll talk to you wonderful people in the next video.
I'm the man, I got plans, fit the bourbon in my hand, that'll make it change its stance. I'm like in advance, and I rarely ever chance, rather mitigate the risk, keep my eye up on them bands. I'm like, I'm just saying, in the land, guess I'm back